It's the hangout with Leo and Martin. We're back at it again. Yeah, episode 4, I guess, if my counting is
episode
right.
4.
Episode 4. It's your boy K Soldier right here, aka David Gennaro, aka Mtiro Fans, a new age. Ngandidi, Panazwakit. And I'm right here with
Martin.
Yeah, Tiripo. We have a couple of topics that we're gonna be touching on today. And if you're new to this channel, just don't forget to subscribe, guys, and hit that like button. Let's get into it. Just to break the ice, right? I was thinking about something, but it's crazy. Ne? What I was thinking about was you going to a lodge, ne? Think about it. You're going to a lodge. As you go into a lodge, you're going to a lodge with your new girlfriend, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So as you get to the lodge, when you arrive at the lodge, you find your ex-girlfriend, right, at the lodge with your girlfriend's ex. How would you react to that?
As for me, like personally,
okay, because your girlfriend knows your ex, right? And then you know your girlfriend's ex, so you guys, you know each other, like you know them.
Okay, now I understand.
And then they don't know you, but you know them, but your ex knows you. Right, sorry for that.
No. I think let me try to explain better what you're trying to say. Let me try to explain it better.
How you understand?
My ex-girlfriend, right? My ex-girlfriend is dating her ex-boyfriend. They got back together with her ex-boyfriend. And me now, I also got back together with my own ex-girlfriend.
No.
Right?
Your current new girlfriend
knows about my ex-girlfriend.
She knows about your ex-girlfriend. So you take your current new girlfriend, right?
To a lodge.
Then
you
as you get to the lodge, you bump to your
ex,
my ex, and her ex,
and my current girlfriend's ex,
and your current girlfriend's ex,
now dating my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. How would you react to that?
I don't know.
And you're going to a lodge at that time.
I don't know.
Okay, let's make it sweet. You booked a room next door, right? Then you bumped into each other the next morning, and then probably you and your girlfriend, you're complaining about the noise that was happening in the next room.
Wow.
How would you react?
For me, I say that's fucked up. I don't know.
Crazy,
I don't know how to put it on a scale, but I would say that's extremely fucked up. Even though this world has found a way to adapt to such things, like they take it as if it's a normal thing, but even for me, I said that's fucked up.
Because you know how I thought about it, right? You know, the world that we live in is so small to the extent that thing can happen.
Yeah, it can actually happen.
That thing can happen. I don't know, like maybe somewhere out there, it has once happened to you, but I think it would be a crazy scenario, bro.
It'll be fucked up.
It'll be a crazy scenario,
fucked
bro.
Up.
It'll be a crazy scenario.
Wow. To those people who are movie writers, I think that would be a cool script. If you think about it, like a chaos theory. Have you ever watched a movie called Chaos Theory?
Chaos Theory? No, I haven't watched.
Where nigga, like it starts as like they were done with school. Then they were talking about the things that they were going to do since they are done with school. Then they were among these, like they were all friends. There's like 5 friends, 4 guys, then 1 girl. Then the girl decided to just say, you know what, guys, I'm gonna break the ice. I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to be doing next year, because it's on a New Year's Eve. When they were talking, then she said, by next year or in 2 years from now, I would want to get married. But I'm thinking, if I want to get married, I would want to get married to one of you, because you already know me and I know you. So among those guys, there were 2 guys who had a crush on her.
Okay.
So before at that New Year, she already had sex with one of those guys amongst the two that actually had a crush on her. So she already had sex with one of those guys, ne?
Yeah.
On that New Year's Eve. Then she decided to get married. Then she get married to the other one that she didn't have sex with, right? As quickly as possible, I think in the next following year. So she got pregnant, right?
With the previous one.
With the guy that she had sex with.
Previously.
Yeah, previously. But she did not get married to him. So she ended up getting married to the other guy that she saw that he was cool and he's chilled and he was more focused, you know. So then what happens next was after 7 years, after 7 years of marriage, they have one daughter. They have one child. This is what happens. The husband now, because he's the husband now, goes on a meeting but far away. As he goes on a meeting far away, she called. When she called at the hotel, another lady
Who's
answered.
calling here? Who's calling?
The wife.
The wife.
Yeah, the wife is calling the hotel. Another lady answered. And this lady wanted to have sex with the husband. But at that time, the husband already left. You understand? Already left. He's driving back home. He could not sleep there at the hotel. So she's now furious at home because another lady answered the call.
Yeah.
The husband got into a car accident or what? Something happened that the husband helped another lady also on his way back home that was giving birth, right?
And that lady happens to be the daughter?
No.
What?
That was giving birth. This lady, she's a stranger. She's stranded. She's giving birth. He helps her, carries her, goes to the hospital with her. Then at the hospital, they gave him a form to sign, you know. So him signing, it's like he's signing his own what? His own child that is about
to give birth.
Yeah,
okay,
that is about to be born. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the next thing that happened is that woman, I think she left the hospital room for like a couple of seconds. Then the doctors were what? Were looking for her. Because of the fact that guy is the one who signed the detail form, the hospital calls the house again. And
of
the
that
wife,
guy.
yeah, of that guy. And the wife answers. And the lady on the phone, the nurse on the phone, she's like, where are you? What are you doing there? Then she's like, I'm at home. She's like, then what about the baby? You left the what? The baby at the hospital. The baby needs you. Now that wife was even furious. By the time the husband got back home, she didn't want to hear anything. She didn't even give him.
She's now thinking that this brother cheated.
Yeah.
And has a child.
Has a child with another woman out there. So he left. After he left, he's now trying to find evidence so that he can prove to his wife that he's not what? He doesn't know.
He doesn't know the woman.
Yeah, he doesn't know the woman, everything about it.
Oh, that's fucked up.
She's a stranger and all that kind of stuff. The wife is furious at home.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Guess what happens? Now he goes back into the hospital.
Yeah.
They do a DNA, what. Then it's like, no, it's confirmed that what? The child is not yours. You don't know this woman. Then it's like, yes, thank God. Because, therefore, the news is you are barren. You are barren.
You can't have child.
You can't
have a
children.
child.
Yeah, you can't have children ever.
Then it's like,
what?
But I have a daughter.
I have a 7-year-old daughter.
Bruh, you.
I do have a 7-year-old daughter back at home, and it's like no. With the situation that you are in, actually, it's in your DNA. Like
you can't.
You were born with it. Like it's just a few people who are actually born with it. That's what the movie says. I don't know in real life. So you can't have it. You can't have children ever. So now, think about it. The wife.
You know what's fucked up, right? From what the story that you just told me, the fucked up thing is, the person that is always doing something on the side, or the person that have done something in the past, that have cheated, she always thinks that you're cheating.
Yeah, that's true. But she didn't cheat, right? She didn't cheat, but she didn't tell the husband when she got married.
Yeah, so
I slept.
So she had a secret of hers, ne?
Yeah.
So she was now thinking that this guy also is doing the very same thing.
Yeah. I think that's in a sense that one could say that. In a sense, one could say that. So now the guy you went on. The movie is called Chaos Theory. If you want to check it out, it's an old movie, very very old. I think 2007. Yeah, Chaos Theory. So now this guy goes on a rampage because he comes back home.
He's furious.
He's also furious. The wife is furious at him, thinking he's cheating. Then he tells her that he's not cheating. But then again, this child
is not mine.
It's not his. And what? Then the wife had to rethink, like, no, that's impossible. And what? The child is yours. Is like, no, the child is not mine because the doctors, they told me that I can never give. I can
never give birth.
Yes, you cannot. He's shooting blanks. He shoots blanks. So.
Come to think of it, it brings me to a story to say, ladies are dangerous.
They are dangerous.
Ladies are dangerous because, a person like that will go to the grave with that secret.
I don't want to touch people, but honestly speaking, guys, we all know that in the past few years, like our forefathers, some of the children in the houses, they weren't his. They weren't his. If it wasn't for this now DNA test that we actually do have the means to have a DNA test.
So what are you saying?
The first thing that I'm going to do, bro,
what are you saying?
If a child does not look like me, we're going for a DNA test.
So what are you saying? You're saying back in the way also, as much as women say that men are dogs, women do things in the secret as well.
Very much.
But they are so much into that thing that they know how to keep secrets.
Definitely.
And the funny thing about this thing is what you have raised, is that it can happen that let's say you're married, then your wife sleeps with someone that your wife's parents, maybe your wife's mom knows, right?
Yes.
Then that secret will be kept from you.
Yeah, definitely.
Until like they die.
You will die.
Yo, brothers.
What I can just say is, I have a friend.
Yeah.
I have a friend back at home. He's one of my best friends because I have friends. I have a lot of friends. So this guy always tells me, .coms, like whatever that is happening, because I'm not there anymore.
Oh, he's like,
he just feeds me. He feeds me. He's like, people are making money. People are doing this. One of our buddies that we grew up with, they just bought a house. So one of those guys, like, he was not our friend, but he was dating a girl from our street, and this girl was beautiful. Because we all wanted her, but we couldn't have her because of our lifestyle. Like, it's ghetto. So she was dating this other guy that was always on point when he dresses, everything, when he comes to see her, Like, you can look at yourself, then you look at this nigga, like, no way, I cannot compare with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you keep yourself far away from it. Then the next thing is, so the next thing that actually happened was they got married. A few years later, you told me that they got married. After they got married, I think what he told me that he said they have 3 children, right? Yeah. They have 3 children. I'm not gonna tell the names because I know if one of my few friends sees this video, they will know exactly who am I talking about. Like, so they have.
But drop the names, bro. You can't just be talking. Drop the names.
I'm never gonna tell the names. So they have 3 children.
Yeah.
So it turns out that the first 2 are not his.
God damn.
The third one.
It's only his.
Yes. So because of the fact that women can keep so many secrets and they know how to hide it, I think she flopped at a point that he got so suspicious that he went way deep into looking, then only find out that the first 2 children are not his.
Okay. In such a scenario, where you find out that the first 2 kids are not yours, how do you take such things, man? Actually, not even think like, yo, bruh.
My advice, if it's me, you love her, don't leave.
No, it's not a matter of leaving, bruh. But the only hectic thing is it's different from finding out that getting to a girl that already has a child, right?
Yeah, I know.
It's different than you didn't have kids, Then she goes out there, she does what she's doing, she comes back home, then you think it's your kid.
Okay, the one thing that I can just say that is the most painful about this whole situation is the fact that if you are a man, you impregnate other women outside your marriage, they are yours. If they are yours, if you are one of the responsible ones, you take responsibility for those children. The only painful thing about this, if a woman goes outside the marriage and have a child with another nigga, she will bring that child into the house, then she will claim that child
It's
to be
yours.
Now I'm not saying it's a bad thing to look after a child, because a child knows nothing, you understand? But the fact that she will not tell you the truth, I think that is the most painful thing about the fact that this whole entire time you grew love for the child, you love the child as your own, then only later on to find out that the child is not yours. Which is why I think, like, our forefathers, I bet that most of our forefathers went through the very same thing. Some even knew, but because of the fact that they didn't have enough evidence to represent it and say, you know what, this is not my child. Because sometimes you can look at a child and you can see that, man, you look nothing like this child.
If you think of it, those guys, you find out that they'll be having 13, 15 children.
You like, they can be a family. I understand if other people tell me that, you know what, they can only be that one child that doesn't look anything like the others, but then they will be going back and forth into the old aunties and talk about the aunties, like, you know what, but she looks like her old auntie or the uncles and what. But guys, today, let me just say,
you call all the ancestors that they look like.
That's actually what they do, Mosman. That's actually what they do. Let me just say this. Today, you have the access to DNA test. You have the access to DNA test. So if you have doubts, about anything, if you have doubts from birth itself, like, boom, you look at a child and you can see that, this child looks nothing.
It's a mass of this one. I don't think this is mine.
Yes, you need to be front about it. Don't hide it. Don't keep it inside you, because the moment that you keep it inside you, when you go back home with your wife and you see this child, you're gonna resent this child. You're gonna hate this child because you got something that is boiling inside you that you're afraid to let out.
Okay, you mentioned something to say those guys in the way, ne? But don't you think, irregardless of tradition, or irregardless of having paternity test and all those things, they could go to maybe a sangoma?
The sangoma is gonna tell you this child is not yours.
Yeah, bro.
Hell
can't
no.
they do that?
They can't.
Like that thing where they tell you, okay, this child is not being recognized by your ancestors. What?
Okay, we don't wanna shift from the topic, but if you're going back forth, including ancestors, what are ancestors?
Your ancestors are your forefathers
Are your
that have
forefathers?
been there
So if they are resting,
in peace.
why go back and forth and try to poke them while they are resting?
No, but
and try to shift their spirit.
No, but
from
what
the
you
grave
need
so
to
that
understand,
you
I
can-
understand. Okay, Sharp. You don't believe in that, right?
I know it does exist.
But they are people that go and consult.
Yes.
So in the olden days, they would consult, right?
In the olden days.
Yeah, whether you find out that a person is having a running stomach and stuff like that, they'll go to a traditional healer.
Yes.
And they'd get to consult. And then those guys in the olden days, they would go to maybe to consult for certain things. Then you get there, then you are told, okay, maybe they'll be told, okay, apparently the kids that you're raising are not being recognized by your ancestors.
How?
It's not your blood. They're not your blood as such.
Recognized. So what happens to them if the ancestors are not recognizing the kids that you have?
So yeah, I'm bringing that thing to say, probably back in the way, they could use that to say as some sort of a DNA test.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. The only thing that I can say, I know it does exist.
Yeah.
It does exist, and I try so hard to play far away from it because it's very confusing for me.
Yeah, okay.
It's very confusing.
You mentioned something confusing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of traditional healing, right? let's speak of traditional healing.
Yeah, traditional healing.
My question is, because you mentioned the confusing part, right? I was having thought of visiting a traditional healer, right? But the confusing part in my mind was, okay, I'm mixed Shona, and my mom is from Zim and my dad is from Malawi, right? So that's basically a Shona and Malawian guy, right?
Yes.
Mixed. That's me, right?
Yes.
So I'm in SA. Then I visit a traditional healer who is in SA, who speaks Zulu, right? How does that person get to connect with my ancestors? That's the confusing thing that I had. It was confusing me.
Okay.
Like, how?
I think for me, what I say that actually confuses more about these traditional healers is a traditional healer. If a traditional healer is not consulting with the ancestors, that part doesn't confuse me. They know the roots, they know what to give you, you know, the medicine and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So even if you were to go to them and you tell them like, I'm sick here, or I'm feeling pain here, or they'll just tell you that, okay, you need to drink this, you boil this, then you drink this water. Because that's just like you giving me medication that, you know what, you boil this medication for like less than a minute, then you drink it, you understand? Then there are the ones that actually confuses me is the ones that comes to me and tell me about my forefathers and what.
So that's
that
okay.
part.
That part.
That's the part that I say, you know what, that part is very confusing. I know some of them can tell me things that are actually happening in my life or something that actually.
No, but they mostly speak
in,
about the past.
Yeah,
they never indulge.
That happened.
They never indulge on what's happening in the future. They always tell you, okay, this is what's gonna happen in the past. So my question was, all right, I don't know if you had my previous question, ne? I need to consult, but how do you consult, right? How do they get to communicate with my ancestors who are speaking a different language, and they speak to them and they use them and they speak to me? Isn't that fucked up?
I don't wanna attack.
No, bro. Speak about it.
I don't wanna attack ancestors.
Speak about it.
With what he just said, if you were to go, because these our forefathers, they say they know better. If they are buried, this culture thing, they'll tell you that they know better because they've lived the life.
Yeah.
How can you tell me that they know better, they've lived the life when they died before the smartphones were even made?
No, but they were going to that.
Things.
They were going into that direction.
Yes, but so many things changed. They died before they could actually see such things. So, like what you just said in terms of language, if my great grandfather died back in the days and you only knew Shona.
Yeah,
then you go to a
Zulu
traditional healer to consult with my own ancestors. How are they going to understand each other? They're just gonna look at each other and smile and be like,
yeah, because think of it. The moment that I walk in, there's already a communication barrier. I'm walking in to consult. So the language of communication is gonna be English. Right? Right there, the language of communication is going to be English.
Yes.
So I tell him what I came here to do.
Yes.
Right? Then he says, okay, Sharp, I'm going to try to connect you to your ancestors. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Bear in mind, he could be Zulu. Okay, let me not act like I'm attacking only black traditional healers, right? Because there's also white. I don't know what the foretailers, the code. I don't know what they're called exactly, but I think foretailers, those white, the ones that play with cards and all those things.
Yeah, but mostly even in the white culture, they always tell you that that's bad. You look at the movies, the storyline, the background to it. It stands for bad spirits. It never stands for positive spirit in the white movies, which is some of us may say we pick it from them because they also believe in it. Then they also paint it as a bad thing. Like let's say the demon speaks every single language.
Yeah, no.
They say that every demon speaks every language. Angels, they speak all the languages. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you look at your ancestor, like what he's saying, how can they communicate? I also want to know, how do they communicate?
Maybe, because I'm trying to think, maybe it's a spiritual thing. Probably, like you're saying, if demons speak every language, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, meaning angels speak every language, right?
Yes.
Then, people in the spirit
Speaks also. They understand
speak also.
every
They
language.
understand every language, probably.
Okay.
It's,
take
now
that.
it seems like I'm answering myself, but just to touch base on it, was just a confusing thing that I had in
It
my
is still
mind
confusing
to say,
for me.
how is this possible? How is this possible? Because I understand that thing where let's say adogezwa munyama, then you go to a traditional healer, then you get washed and stuff
Yeah,
like
they
that.
wash your bed luck.
It's understandable, right?
Yeah, they do say something.
But the deeper ones, bruh, the deeper ones.
Like there are so many things, like there are so many things that are actually happening in this world that we actually barely even understand. Like we don't even understand some of the things that we follow. I'm not gonna attack anything, but I'm just saying, like, I follow what I see the logic in, like what I can understand, which is why I am a Christian today, because it's something that no one forced on me, but it's something that every
Makes
single
sense.
time that I would ask a question, the answers that I would that I would be given, they made more sense than the answers that I would ask questions. Like the questions I would ask at the end of the day, then you want to look at it in a cultural way, and where you involving ancestors and all that kind of stuff. Because there's this other issue that most people are always afraid to talk about. Like let's say, for instance, for example, if you have a calling to become a sangoma, a traditional healer, you want to heal people. They say that if you reject the gift, you'll be cursed. Nothing in your life moves.
Yeah.
Nothing in your life moves.
So it's that's something that always gets me fucked up, because
Like
if you are for me, right?
yes.
Shouldn't you be on my side? Because now if you're saying nothing on my life is gonna come to pass, like everything that I'm gonna touch is gonna be fucked up, stuff like that, you'd basically messing up my life.
Yeah, definitely. You are cursed.
So it same goes. Okay, so I consult. What if the ancestors don't like the lifestyle that I'm living?
Yes. Then you
Then
are cursed.
is those okay? I'll touch on those. I would say myths that we had in the Zimbabwean culture. Then you get there, then you are told the reason why your stuff is fucked up is because ukudya zvikanganwa.
Yeah. Like, okay guys, this is just, I know that most people don't believe in what we believe in, but it's just that the fact that if you talk about ancestors and they tell you that you didn't do something, like let's say for a great grandmother, then they tell you that you didn't slaughter a cow, like you didn't do the ritual that they do, all those kind of stuff. They tell you that because of the fact that you didn't do certain things, most things in your life does not move. Like you won't move, you won't be successful. That's the number one that you need to know. You're already cursed, you won't be successful in life. Everything that you touch will turn into ash, like everything. So I ask myself, this is my bloodline that is cursing me. I cannot succeed.
What about your enemy, bro? What would your enemy do if your bloodline is cursing you like that?
If your bloodline is cursing you, then what good comes out of that? Like that's one of the things that I want to understand. What good comes out of you cursing me? Because I'm just gonna die poor. Then my children are also going to die poor. Then their children, Because like for instance, I'm also gonna put the Christian version in this. This curse was there. I'm gonna admit from the Old Testament it was there. Then Jesus Christ came. Then Jesus Christ took all of that, He
watched this,
threw it out. You understand? He threw it out. That's when you can see that there are people who are busy mugging people here, busy robbing other people, busy slaughtering. Are they
No,
poor?
but the thing
Are
is,
they cursed?
they're
They're rich every day. They're getting
that's why
rich and
that's why
richer
you
every
think
day.
of it. If you go into it as well, ne?
Mhm.
I don't wanna act like I'm touching, I'm scratching the backs
No,
of
Say-
black parents,
You
right?
say as it is.
But that thing, Eguti, what I want you to do what you should do.
Yeah. I know
You see,
that.
so that thing now, ne, that mindset, it's like also the mindset of the ancestors to say, we want you to do this thing. If you don't do
we
this
want
thing,
you to be
then your life is gonna be fucked up.
yes, a spiritual healer. You must
Somewhere,
follow.
somehow, guys, this thing needs to stop. Because now, think of it. Ne? If, let's say, your mom tells you, okay, Shab, I want you to marry this person.
Yes.
If you don't want to marry this person,
She's not gonna bless you. She's not gonna
give you my blessing.
Yeah, she's not gonna give you the blessing.
right? So basically, whatever that your decision doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
Then they tell you, okay, Shab, when that house that you bought, man. No, don't buy that house. You need to buy that one. Or else.
Nothing will ever, because they
So-
always say that they know better. I understand that they know better based upon the fact that they have already lived this life. But at some point, they gotta let us live the life and make our own mistakes so that we can learn from them. And that's something that should also continue with your own children. Guide them not to make the worst mistakes. You understand?
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, let's say you want to buy a house or who you want to marry, that shouldn't matter. The
Yeah.
things that really needs to matter is to guide your child so that your child can make the right decisions in life. You understand? And the one that pisses me off is the black tax. The fact that we're still holding on to this old thing that says honor your parents, honor your mother and father. What does that mean?
No, you have to honor your mother and father.
We need to understand what
Yeah.
does that mean. Does that honor your mother and your father? Does it mean that you have to pay everything for them? You have to, you have to look after them financially, how they are living, based upon the fact that they gave birth to you, then they spend their entire life raising you,
Yeah.
paying everything that you needed in life so that you can be who you are today.
Yeah, but that's a tricky subject, ne? The reason why I say that is that also as a person, right? Let's say you have accumulated things in life, right? Not alone, but with the assistance of your parents, right?
Yes.
And you have made it. And your parents also had to forego certain things that they needed, right? Now that you are living a better life, I feel like you can't let them sleep hungry.
No, that's not the point. That's not the point.
No, I'm just gonna touch on that. You can't let them sleep hungry, right?
Yes.
Once you know that you have money in the bank, right?
Yes.
And also to touch on the other side, right? You also can't forgo your dreams, right? Just to make sure that their dreams are made. Because also, if you the reason why I'm saying that, ne, is that if you forgo your dreams to try to fulfill the dreams that they couldn't do, ne, then that thing, ne, of black culture, black tax, it's not gonna end, right? Because you gonna help with all your vids, ne, with every cent that you have, ne?
Okay.
Then you're gonna have kids, right? And you carry on helping them, right? But you're not also building up for the future kids that you're having, ne? So when your kids get into the picture when they are grown up, right? Because you're doing everything for them, you're doing everything for your parents, ne? You're gonna end up also saying your kids need to take care of you.
Okay,
When-
so
on everything.
yes,
That's what I mean,
definitely.
'cause-
Okay, so anyway, the only reason why I said this is I'm looking at our generation, and our generation, starting from our generation going on to the next generation.
Yeah.
We need to break this cycle.
Yeah.
You need to work. You need to work. You need to work. Even if you're on your 40, 50, 60, if you can still walk, you need to work so that at least you give enough time for your own children to be able to stand on their toes so that they can raise enough money to make sure that even when they have their own children,
Then
even
everything
when
is
the
like-
children steps out, they can still take care of themselves. I
So-
want to be that kind of a father that after my own children,
Yeah.
they go out, I must not expect anything from them, but I should be the one to still help them.
But
If
that's
they still
that.
need-
If you look at it, that's
if they
the
still
very
need help.
same.
So that at least it ends with me, then we're starting another new version of lifestyle.
But that's
The
the
lifestyle.
mindset, bro. That's the mindset. You know, if you were to go back, 20, I would say 2009, ne? Until now, ne? If you stop any parent that is a immigrant, right, and ask them why they came into a foreign land, why are they in the diaspora, right? They will tell you that I'm doing this to your kid. I'm doing this for my kids.
Yeah, of
Right.
course, everything
So,
is about their kids.
They say, sometimes I feel like they say that in the public, right? And then after they've did it for their kids and the kids have made it, ne? Then they still want, then they remind you.
Yeah, like for example, like I don't want to be too personal, but anyway, let me just say what I'm thinking, guys. This is one of the things that I've noticed about black parents, like most black parents. I've worked I've worked for so many different companies. I see old white people still working, old, very old. And when you go back home, like for some reason there is a specific generation that just decided to be lazy and say, you know what, we are not going to work as hard as our forefather did. You understand? Because I remember my grandmother was a very hard-working woman. Both of my grandmothers were very hard-working women. They did not give up. They didn't expect anything from anyone. They were they were waking up early in the morning while I was still asleep. 4 a.m., 5 a.m. because she was
Going to the field.
Yeah, going to the fields, get stuff. Then she comes back and she did all of that kind of stuff. Like every single day, my grandmother would wake up early in the morning. Then you look at a certain generation, like there was a shift that happened, that you can see that some become too relaxed. I don't know why and what happened. So I just wanted to shout out to all of my fellow brothers out there that we need to work. Our generation, you must never think about retiring when you know that you don't have your own house, you don't have your savings, knowing for sure that even when you decide to retire, you cannot go on any vacation. You cannot go anywhere. You sit at home and you expect your own children to keep on giving you money, buying. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. If they want to, if they have enough money to do so.
No, but
they should
bro,
do it willingly.
it is somehow a bad thing, because if you think of it, it depends on the measurement of it.
Yes.
Because now if you think of it, let's say you say, okay, I got a job and then I'm earning 5,000. Then they tell you, okay, Sharp, your 2,500 needs to come to me. That's a bad thing, or obviously.
I know.
You also, as a person, you need to grow to have that mindset to say, I need to budget, I need to grow, and also have a family. I need to feed my family. And then after feeding my family, you look out and then you say, all right, Mom, did you eat? Dad, did you eat?
Yes.
No, you didn't eat.
Yes.
Okay. In my budget, I had 500 rands that I was left. I had 500 probably US dollars that's left. I had this much left. I have 1,000 euro. Can I send it to you guys to spend? Because the other thing that I think sometimes we tend to do, and it's a mistake, is that thing of buying groceries, sending to them. You buy groceries, you send to your wife's parents. what if there's specific things that they need that is not just groceries?
Yeah, you know, like, I know this is like a sensitive topic, but it's just something that we need to stop this poverty, because some of these things keeps on creating poverty. You're not successful, your children, they will never be successful, their children will never be successful, because we're just taking and taking from each other. The cycle never stops, and at some point, if it were to stop, you can actually see a huge change. Because if I can manage to take care of myself and let my children be whoever they want to be in life, and teach them that that's how they need to be, even as they grow and have their own children, their own children will also have the same mentality. So that's when you can see that even the suffering itself, it will change, it shifts. If they have goals, they will be able to achieve those goals through financially, because I'm not depending on them that they have to spend they have to spend on me every single month.
You know, that's I think it's getting dark now, but I just wanted also, it's a topic that it just came into my mind to say, why do black people don't serve? Why don't we serve? What's wrong? What needs to be in place for us to serve? Why don't we serve?
Then cut black taxi.
Okay,
because the money
put
that
aside
you're actually supposed to save,
black tax.
Look at
Okay,
it.
so you're saying
most of the time the money that you want to save, that's the money that you actually take out. That's the money that you actually take out.
Okay, is it because we underpaid? Probably.
Definitely.
We underpaid.
Definitely.
So, because I don't know, because a person once told me, your appetite increases
every single time you get an increase.
Every time you get an increase, right?
Your salary. Okay.
Right. So, touching on the issue that why don't we save? You say that it's black tax. Or don't you think probably we don't have the money to save? Because even if there's black tax,
then that's
have you ever done that thing where you say, you get paid today and then you put aside, you don't have anything else, you have paid everything, everything is saved, is paid up, bruh, and then you left with like $200 aside, right? Then you say, I'm gonna save this for rainy days. Then tomorrow morning, then it goes,
we are left with nothing.
Then it rains tomorrow. Then it rains tomorrow.
I don't know.
Right? So, or you say, I'm going to save this for rainy days. Half towards the month, something comes out. Then it rains. And if you look at it also, it's difficult, bruh, to save. Ne? Mostly when you are living with a salary that is just hand to mouth, where it covers your electricity, your bills, with maybe water, you buy groceries, you pay rent. Then the moment that you're done paying rent, the amount of cash that is left can barely even take you to work. So, okay, we're gonna wrap up, bruh, because I feel like it's getting dark, as you can see, guys. But I believe it was an interesting topics that we spoke about and we touched on. It's the hangout. Peace.